Okay, so we have the micro skills approach. This is an approach to counseling that's strength-based rather than psychopathology. So psychopathology is, think about it, pathology. Think about if somebody's diagnosed with cancer, the pathology in their body. It's a medical model. It's focusing on what's not right. Instead, what we do is we focus on the God-given strengths, abilities, and capacity to heal. So what is it that God has given you that gives you the ability to get past the situation? We build on the idea that clients had the potential to make good decisions, but become overwhelmed or confused. Now, if that doesn't ring true in your life, I don't know what to tell you, because I think we've all can say we've been in those places where we've been overwhelmed or confused. We want to make the right decisions, but we become overwhelmed, confused, and we lose track of our focus, our focal point. So it's important to help clients understand this part. And then we also have to understand that on occasion, the client can resist and resent the counselor's wisdom, or the counselor simply provides poor guidance. Sometimes the client doesn't want to hear what we have to say. Sometimes we've had a really bad day and we missed the mark. The extreme greatness of Christianity lies in the fact that it does not seek a supernatural remedy for suffering, but a supernatural use for it. So in other words, yes, I survived cancer, but instead of, saying, oh, God's going to heal me, God's going to heal me, God's going to heal me, I understood the fact that, yes, God could heal me, but most likely he's going to use the medical professionals that are really good at their job to heal me. It's not a lack of trust in God. It's a lack of trust that God gave those people a good brain to be able to help me. Now, where I make the change with God's help is that now I have a distinct understanding. So whenever I work with somebody who's been through some kind of major medical trauma, I know how to help them better than had I not gone through that. It is not the goal to fix, make, or convince the client to do, feel, or see something from the therapist's perspective. Just like it's not my goal to make you think or fix or convince you that you need to believe Jesus. You need to put your life and faith and trust in Jesus Christ and become a Christian. That is not my goal. My goal is to educate you on how to work with Christian clients. Okay? Now, if God takes my words and touches your life, that is a totally different thing. Definitely, if you feel that, contact me, because I would love to help you through that process. But that's not my goal. My goal is not to make the counselee feel better. We may have talked about some things in here that is kind of tough. If we haven't yet, we may do it in the future. If you don't have it in this class, you're going to see it in some of the classes. It's not the goal to make the counselee feel better. It's not the professor's goal to make you feel better. The job of a counselor, and all your professors are counselors by day, is to serve as a mirror, a confidant, a coach, and an encourager. Our goal is to guide you and to reflect the things that need to be changed. Our goal is to guide our clients and to reflect the things that need to be changed. Then you acknowledge it as the client or as a student, whatever the case may be. But it's all about the counselee. And that's not the egotistical, oh, it's all about me because I'm so special. It's my goal is to make you the best counselor that you can be. My goal is to make my clients the best that they can be for their life, their goals. Micro skills are teachable. They're learnable segments of new behavior combining with overall skills of counseling. So you're pulling from things like prayer. It's teachable. It's learnable. You don't have to have any magic words with prayer. But what it does is it helps build new behaviors So instead of going to the bottle when you're feeling stressed and overwhelmed, you're choosing prayer. And so it becomes a coping skill. The purpose is to take the overwhelming issue and break it down to more manageable pieces. So we want to provide a rationale for the new skill. Why am I asking somebody to pray instead of going to the bottle? I have to provide a rationale for that. I have to provide clear instruction. Okay, we are seeing each other in a week. So during this next week, every time you feel overwhelmed, I want you to pray. If you feel overwhelmed and you prayed and you still went to the bottle, I want to know about that. And so then what we're looking for ultimately is that out of 7 days, you chose the majority of the days to go to prayer instead of the bottle. Now, the first week, you may not have that happen. You might choose majority of the days to go to the bottle. Okay, that's fine. We've got another week after that to practice and continue practicing. You provide clear instruction. You observe an effective model. So if they come back and they're like, look, this is not working, I need something more. Okay, we're going to add in prayer and we're going to add in taking a meditative walk. So I want you to walk in the grass barefooted, and I want you to feel that grass between your toes, and I want you to pray, and I want you to thank God that He gave you some pretty green grass to walk through that day. Totally off subject from what's going on, but we're observing an effective model and we're adjusting as needed. And then we let them practice, and we don't condemn them if they don't get it right the first time. None of us are going to get it right the first time when we're learning a new skill. Think about if you've ever learned how to ski. My actually one and only time that I've skied, I literally did what they call the wedge all the way down, and I got to, I think, the green slope, whatever the next one up one is from the bunny slope, and I wedged all the way down. Which, for those of you that have never done skiing, basically that's making your skis turn inward so that way it makes you go slower. And because I had the biggest fear of falling. So I practiced the skill I learned at the bunny slope from the trainer. And I stuck with the skill that I could do and that I felt comfortable with. Now, if I go skiing again, then I'm going to still start off on the bunny trail because I have not been skiing since my senior year of high school. And I'm not going to tell you how long that's been. But I'm going to now try and learn an additional skill so that maybe I don't have to wedge the whole way down. I may still stay on the green slope. I may stay mainly on the bunny slope. But I'm practicing my new skill. I may fall flat on my face. That's where evaluation comes in. Okay, if I fall flat on my face, what could I have done differently? So when your client falls flat on their face, how can you help them to adapt these skills differently and better than where they were? This is a graph of the same thing. We're going to be reading, listening, observing, and experiencing. Then we're going to move up to reflecting and identifying, and then move up to practicing again and again. So practicing may not come for 4 or 5 sessions. Then we're going to analyze and understand what worked, what didn't work. Then we're going to clarify those things, tweak it, as I like to say. Then we're going to continue evaluating and modifying, and then we're going to generate the new skill. So this whole process could legitimately last 3 months or longer. Okay? And that's normal. That's okay. This is another view. So why do counselors need the skill? Why do counselors need to learn the skill? You got to have a rationale for the skill. If you're trying to get somebody to pray, well, why? We all want to know why. You know? So you really want to think about that. You want to have clear instructions. You want to observe. You want to provide models. You want to model the behavior. Practice and evaluate. Again, it's the same thing that we've already discussed, just in a graph form. Because sometimes we We learn better by the pretty pictures than we do the words. And then finally, this is again the same view, just in a graph form, and it's a different type of graph. Target 1, establish relationship and explore. Target 2, deepen and grow. Target 4, consolidate and end. Or go to as needed, depending on the perspective. Okay, guys, I know that was a long lecture to listen to. But I think it's important for you to have these skills and to fully understand it, and to know what steps need to be taken, when, how to do this, how to do counseling secular, how to do counseling from a Christian perspective. I think it's important to understand both sides of the coin. And then that's going to formulate how you are going to do counseling. That's also going to formulate how you're going to view your clinical worldview. So y'all have a blessed week. And again, if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out. That is what your professors are here for, is to help you.